Oh, okay, good morning, guys. It's been a long time since we've had a rant and a rave, and it's time. So those are my viewers that are out there. At least I'm a nice guy. I'm telling you right now, if you don't like the F-bomb, you don't like a lot of swearing, I suggest that you turn my channel off and go elsewhere. Okay? That's it. Now, my rant and raves are only about things that kind of piss me off and get me going. And at the end of the day, I feel better after a rant and rave, or at least I think I feel better. Where we're going to go with this today is we all kind of have done this before. We put ads out there on the old interweb, and we get the fucking dickheads that just don't show up. Just waste our time. So this video is dedicated to the 3 fucking dickheads that I had that were just a waste of fucking time. They're a waste of time. They're a waste of skin. They shouldn't even be breathing on the earth. Why they're here, I don't know. Maybe they're trolls on the internet. Maybe they got nothing in life to do but waste people's time. But it makes you wonder about these people. So I've got a 56 Pontiac 2-door hardtop, and I never ever sell anything. I've got 8 cars, and I've been looking at this car for some time. I had big plans for it, but the bottom line is it's outside, sitting in the weather. It's getting soaked with water inside, even though the floors are rusty, so the water runs through, so that's a good thing, right? But I'm just not going to get to it, and I'm not one of these guys. I am a hoarder, but I'm not one of these guys where I'm going to leave something out in the weather and it's going to get deteriorated and it's going to get worse, and I'm going to be like, I'm going to build it one day, but I never do. So I put her up for sale, and I put her on the old interweb there. Well, I already knew this was coming, so I was preparing myself, but I never thought I'd get... I never thought, you know, before it was just people would phone you and say they're going to show up and they don't, and you get used to that. It just becomes a common thing. But, you know, I'm not knocking the interweb, because you know what, the old interweb, that's the way to go nowadays. That's a big thumbs up for it, because if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't be doing these videos. You guys wouldn't know me. I wouldn't know you guys. It's a wonderful thing. It's the guys that are behind it, you know, the guys that sit behind the screen that you never see, that are just out there. So let's start off with the first guy. The first guy writes to me because nobody calls anymore. Nobody knows how to pick up a phone and dial and talk. They don't know how to do that. Everyone is text messaging or emailing nowadays. That's what they do. And I imagine a lot of people do it because they can get away with doing it during work hours and hide it from their boss, because their boss doesn't see them text messaging, or when they're on their computer, they don't see them emailing. And I tell you, if I was your boss and I caught you doing that, your ass would be out the fucking door, because I pay to work 8 hours a day. I don't pay to play around on your phone or sit there and email people all day. But anyway, that's a different topic at a different time. So the first guy, he writes to me and he's asking me all about the car. And of course, what the ad says is 56 Pontiac, 2-door hardtop. Is not a rot box, but does need complete restoration. Was a 6-cylinder automatic car, no motor, no tranny, no interior. Comes with all stainless with extra. Chrome is in good fair condition. Car has good BC title in my name. That's it. So it said no motor, no interior. You heard it. Okay? It's in bold fucking letters. So the first guy, he gets hold of me through emails, and he goes, and he's asking me about the car, and he says, so how's the interior? So you know, I'm always Mr. Nice Guy, and I thought, well, maybe he missed that I said there's no interior. So, you know, I write back and I say, if you didn't notice in the ad, I wrote there's no interior. Headliner, there's no headliner, which is the same as a 55 Chevy. You can pick it up. Because I got a Canadian model car. There's no door panels, same as a Chevy. Again, you can pick them up, but chances are your upholstery guy's going to make you new door panels anyway. He wouldn't have used the old ones, so basically you've just lost your templates, but whatever. Any good upholstery guy can make a door panel without having to have one there, right? So the bottom line is you do not have a front and back seat. That's what I write to him. But any Tri-5 Chevy seat is going to fit in there. It's going to work for you. Or go to the wrecking yard and get some measurements and look around, find yourself a bench seat, or go to the swap meets. Or if you want, throw a set of buckets in there. I personally am not a bucket fan. I like a bench seat. I like the fact that if I got to jam 3 people in the front and 3 people in the back, I've got the room to do that. And not only that, I like the fact that I like my girlfriend to sit next to me. I don't like her sitting over next to the door. I want her next to me. Unless she wants to put her arm out the window and show off and be cool. That's all okay. So, he writes back and he says to me, well, what would you put in it for seats? So I write back and, you know, I says to him, I says, you know, I told you I would put a bench seat back in it. I would try and find original bench seats from a Chevy. There's no point looking for Pontiac. Nobody lists Pontiac parts, but it's the same as a Chevy, Tri-5 Chevy. That's what I would put in it. So then he writes back and he says, do you happen to know the measurements for these seats? And I write back and I say, no. He says, do you think you could take some measurements and maybe go online and look around and see what you think is out there that would fit in the car? You haven't even come and seen the car. You don't own the fucking car. No, I'm not going to waste my time looking for seats for something for you. Fucking come and see the car. I just end it. I don't even write back. He writes back something else later. I can't remember. He writes back some stupid comment like, waiting to hear back from you. Do you have any idea about the seats or anything? And I just delete. Why would I look for seats for you when you haven't even seen the car? What the fuck? What is with you? Anyway, there's dickhead number 1. Dickhead number 2, people always phone you, tell you they're going to show up. Okay, now I know Monday to Friday, the car's here at my shop. Monday to Friday, it's hard for people to get out. They got to work during the day, just like I do, just like you do. They all go to work. Coming out in the evening, it's fall right now for us here, so it's pretty dark. It's dark by 5 o'clock. So, I mean, nobody wants to come out in the evening. If they did, I would be more than glad to give them lots of lights, trouble lights, all they needed. But it sucks to buy a car in the dark and in the cold. So I know it's coming. They want to come and see it on the weekend on my time, and that's all fine. So I always arrange for Sundays. So I had, out of the 3 people, 2 of them said, yeah, I'm going to come out. That was as far as they took it, and they never showed up. That was fine. But the 3rd guy, he goes even a step further. He goes a few steps further. This guy really plays it out. He phones me up. First he's emailing me. Then I say, just call me. So then he texts me. He's asking me things about the car through all these emails and texts, okay? So you're not getting lost in the story here. Then, finally at the end, he decides to call me. And he sounds pretty interested. He sounds pretty legit. He's asking some pretty decent questions, and he's asking a few stupid ones. But hey, we probably all ask stupid questions in the eyes of whoever's got something for sale, right? We just do that. And then he says to me, so whereabouts are you located? What's your address? Blah, blah, blah. So I told him, he says, well, that's an hour and 15 away from me. I can get out there on Sunday around 1 o'clock. How does that sound? I says, sounds awesome. I says, I'll tell you what. I says, you got my address? I'll go phone me before you're leaving. Just to remind me. I might forget. See, so I'm playing that game just to make sure this guy's legit. Well, he phones me. He phones me like at 11:30. He says, yeah, I'm going to head out right now. So I think, okay, it's 11:30. He said 1 o'clock. That's about right. He's giving himself an extra 15 minutes there. Good thing. Good deal there. Oh, so I don't know. It's around 20 minutes. I don't know. No, it's not. What am I saying? 20. It was around 20 minutes away from that hour and a half being up, and I get a text message and say, hey, I forgot what exit number you're at. I just drove by so-and-so vegetable store. We have, I'm out in the country. We got lots of little side road vegetable stores. So I know where he's at. So he's not fucking making that up, because this place he's talking about isn't a place on the map. It's just out there. So I says, oh yeah, not a problem. I says, you pass that? I go, yeah, you know, it's exit 109, just up the road a little ways, right? You're like 15, 20 minutes away. He says, great, thanks. Okay. So I'm not standing out there watching every car that's coming by my road. I mean, if I'm here, I'm in the shop doing something. May as well use my time up productively, right? Rather than stand out there. So anyway, the 20 minutes go by. No big deal. Whatever. Half hour goes by. No big deal. 45 minutes go by. Oh, I better. What's with this guy? So I text him. I don't call. I text him. I'm not a big fan of texting, but I text him. In my eyes, if after 3 paragraphs, if you're still texting somebody, then pick up the fucking phone and phone them, because now you're having a conversation. Or again, you're at work fucking around on company time. But anyway, so I text him and I say, hey, where are you? Just making sure you're okay. You didn't get in an accident or anything? Everything's okay? I'm checking on him. Maybe he broke down or something. Maybe he needs to live. Maybe he ran out of gas. I'll run up the road and help the guy out. What the hell? Car guy, right? So you think he's coming to look at an old car. No response. So I give him one more text. This is like 10 minutes later. Hey, just wondering what's up. It's been nearly an hour now since I've heard from you. What happened? That's what I write. What happened? I'm bold, right to the point. Can't you tell? Look at these videos. No, nothing. All right, 5 minutes. Now I phone him. Ring, 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 ring. Voicemail. I don't leave a message. Why would I waste my breath? Wait another 5 minutes. Ring, ring, ring. Voicemail. Hang up. Wait 10 minutes. No ring. Straight to voicemail. So he's there, and he shut the fucking phone off. I know he came out this way because he described a landmark that you can't find any other way. So chances are what he did was he did forget the exit. He took the exit. He came down the exit. The car is blatantly out in my lot, in my compound where you can see it. He probably drove by really slow because I'm working in the garage, so I don't know. He's seen the car. Now the car in the pictures, actually up close for some strange reason. Some stuff doesn't, but up close looks better than it does in the pictures, believe it or not. And he probably seen it, and he didn't like the idea of it. Scared him off or something. So instead of at least coming and at least take a look at it, he just drove on by. He just drove on by and just wasted my fucking time. That was it. There's no other reasoning for it. Because there was, sure as hell, was no accidents on the freeway that day, because I would have heard about it. So it's not like somebody died in a car crash out there and he was the guy. Nobody showed up. So that guy right there, there's what I give you. I give you the #1 salute, buddy. You're #1 in my book. And if you happen to be watching this video and you don't like being #1, well, you know where I live now, and my hours here are Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 4:30. So come on down and walk through the gate, and you and I can have a discussion. And I'll throw you out in your fucking ass, because don't fuck around in my yard. This is my area. You waste my time. That's it. #1 salute. You're the big #1 guy. But let's go on to the best guy out of it all. The best guy out of it all. Now, you heard me say the ad. It says in there, was a 6-cylinder automatic, no motor, no transmission. The best guy out of the whole ad, he writes to me, just wondering if you still have your Pontiac for sale, and if you do, can you tell me how it runs? Okay, so, excuse me. First of all, I always give everyone the benefit of the doubt that maybe sometimes I've even done it. I'll see an ad come up for sale and I'll just read the headline. It's like, oh my God, I got to get to the phone number and phone it right away because the price seems cheap to me. And then as I'm phoning, I'm reading the rest of the ad and I'm like, oh, hasn't got this, hasn't got that, hasn't got that. Oh shit, I should have read it before. Oh, I'll click. I fucked up. So I give him the benefit of the doubt and I write back and I say to him, if you didn't notice in the ad I wrote, it was a 6-cylinder automatic car. I got it with no motor and no tranny when I purchased it. So there is no motor transmission. Sorry. It's alright. He writes back, and I don't even know why I said sorry. Anyway, he writes back and says, can you please tell me though, how do you think it'll run? So I write back and I say, I don't quite understand what you mean. If you're asking me, if you put a motor in it, will the car start and drive down the road? The wiring is all there. I do not know the condition of the wiring. I've never checked it, but it is there. There is no brakes. The car needs floor pans. There's no interior. It's a full restoration, like I said, but it's not a rot box. If you're asking me, can you put a motor in it and just drive it down the road? The answer is no. Hopefully this answers your questions. Now this isn't going on over a period of like sitting here within an hour. This is going on to, I mean, the guy's emailing me certain points of the day. I don't check my email a lot. So, he's writing at certain points of the day. So then he emails me back and he says, I realize that, but can you tell me, how do you think it'll run if I put a motor in it? Now he says, if I put a motor in it. So I write back and I say, I do not know how it'll run if you put a motor in it. You are the one with the motor. You tell me. This is what I write now. Now I'm getting frustrated. You can already tell because I just put it in. You tell me. So he writes back and he says, I would like to put a V8 in the car. Would it fit? And I haven't got a motor, but I'm looking to go buy one. But if I do, how do you feel it'll run? Oh, what the fuck is your fucking problem? I don't know how it'll fucking run, you stupid fucking piece of shit. You're the one going out there buying the fucking motor. Why don't you ask the guy you're buying the motor off how to run? I don't fucking know. What the fuck is your problem? Do you like playing fucking mind games? Are you just a troll on the computer? Are you just fucking stupid? Did you fall off the turnip truck too early in life or something? Because if you did, the fucking thing should have went back and forth a few times over you so you didn't survive. You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking tool. I waste a fucking time. How the fuck do I know how to run? I write back and say, I do not know what your problem is, what your issue is. I says, I do not know how this vehicle will run. You are the one supplying the motor. Do you not get that? Ask the guy you're going to buy the motor off of how it'll run. That's it. I don't hear back from him. He's done. He's out of the picture. Thank God for that. At least he's out of the picture. The internet is a wonderful thing. I'm just warning you guys out there, beware of the trolls and the dickheads that you're going to get. Now, we all know we're going to get them, and we're all prepared, but this is the reason most of the time I don't sell anything. I don't like to sell stuff because I'm a hoarder, and I just don't like to deal with these kind of people because I don't understand. Because at the end of the day, am I right or am I wrong, guys? At the end of the day, if they're doing it because they want to waste your time and they think it's funny, are they not wasting their own time, though? Are they not? I just don't understand. All I got to say out there is, you know, these people are they're just fucked right up. And where they come from in life, I haven't got a clue. So if you're going to run that out there, be prepared for this kind of bullshit. You know, I'm starting to find more and more all the time that if I'm going to sell a vehicle, it's best just to tell some friends. If you got friends that are in the car scene, it's best to tell them. Best to go around to some local car shows, go to some automotive swap meets, tell your guys at the parts stores. Sometimes it's just easier than putting it on the old interweb. It just is a hell of a lot fucking easier. Because you're always going to have the dickheads. So to the dickheads out there that like to waste our time out here, all I got to say to you is there's the #1 salute right there. There's what you get from me. Okay? That's what you get. You got an issue with it, that's fine. Now that this video is done and over with, I want everyone to realize that I'm only speaking how I feel. This is only my opinion. At the end of the day, my opinion never matters. Your opinion matters to you. My opinion matters to me. There's no reason for anyone to start getting upset and start saying, hey, give you a big thumbs down, do this. If you want to, that's all fine. You know, but if anything, there should be more thumbs up because there needs to be more people out there like myself and like some of you guys watching that need to speak our mind. Get this shit off our chest. You know? I didn't name names. I didn't give out phone numbers. I didn't say their email address. That would have been the prick thing to do. I just gave them the big salute. That's what I did. That's what these dickheads deserve, the big salute. So anyway, remember, it's always a good time and old time, even when the dickheads are fucking with us. See you next time.